Hello, Sandra.
Hi.
Are you there?
Okay, yes, I'm here. I'm trying to share my screen. Just give me a moment.
Yes.
And I'm also just
On
trying
your
to turn
video as
on my
well.
video. That's right.
Yeah. So
Let
so
me see.
Sandra has been actually she's actually quite busy with her work as well. Yeah. And it's actually quite an honor for us to have her tonight to share. Okay. So she also prepared the slides quite last minute as well. But I look at it, it's so well done. So thank you for the effort. Yeah. So okay, Sandra, could you just enlarge your PowerPoint?
Okay. Let me try to do that. Let me see. Is this one that one you want me to go to?
The next slide.
Next one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just click everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Mm.
Right. So Sandra has a long list of achievements in her corporate world as well. So she started as a cabin crew for 7 years. Yeah. So later maybe she'll share a bit more about what is her experience. Okay. So a lot of it are in the corporate, and now 15 years as customer service manager with a local listed jewelry company in Singapore. And she's a proud mother of a 17-year-old teenage boy. Okay. So I've met Sandra personally. She's quite soft spoken. Yeah. So please be gentle with her. Yeah. And we're gonna be asking questions right at the end. Okay, so don't worry, we'll help you to answer some of it. Okay. All right. So without further
Okay.
ado, let's bring on Sandra. Could you guys please
Okay.
type in a 333 to welcome Sandra? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay,
Okay.
it's my honor to share with everyone tonight, and I'm happy to meet everyone over here. Okay, so as you can see from my career journey, it's never been a time that I have joined any direct company, direct sales company, or MLM. This is the very first time that I'm actually doing this as my, how should I say, a side career. Okay, so my primary career is actually in the customer service with one of the local jewelry company in Singapore, and I've been there for 15 years. So I'm a working mother, very very busy with my work in the customer service. Sometimes I get back home like about 8 plus in the night, so it's kind of difficult for me to really go around promoting library to people, but I'll share with you how I do it, okay, along the way. Okay. So I will share with you about my medical history and what happened. Okay, what happened was I had, okay, at age 25, I was diagnosed with this nasopharyngeal carcinoma. Okay, I believe this was purely due to my stress because I'm actually a non-smoker, non-drinker, and I was pretty health conscious. If you were to ask my husband, I never liked fried stuff. I never liked fried food. I will always go for vegetables, white meat, and all that. I'm very careful and I'm very conscious about my weight. Okay, so cabin crew, they're always very conscious about your look, your weight, and all that, right? So I was like that. So but however, because at the age of 35, suddenly I was down with this NPC. I had to go this intensive modulated radiotherapy. In fact, most of the doctors told me I need to go for chemotherapy together with the radiotherapy, but I chose not to go for chemo because I haven't got the child back then and I was wanted the child so badly. And doctor told me once you do chemotherapy, you can forget about everything. So I told myself no, I still want to give it. I wanted to give it a try. Okay, so I went for the IMRT, which is a intensity modulated radiotherapy. And 2 years later, fortunately, I had my son. So he is really God sent. Okay. So I'm because of that, I'm more careful with my health. Already my health was already compromised. So after having my child, I was even more careful. So I went ahead with a lot of supplements, but supplements not those uh unknown supplements. Mainly are those vitamin C or the coenzyme, those kind of things. So I really took a lot of those just to make sure that I'm healthy. Okay, so then at the age of 40, after the radiotherapy, not knowing, in fact, the doctor didn't tell me that I will be down with certain side effects. And I didn't know that the radiotherapy actually damaged my pituitary gland. And that, because of that, I had this hypothyroidism. Okay. And it is something that it cannot be avoided. And the worst thing was, doctor told me at the age of 40, I have to go on lifelong this medication called thyroxine. I think I spelled wrongly. It's a hormone replacement tablet. It's lifelong. I cannot stop because of the side effect I had from the radiotherapy. Okay. And at the age of 46, okay, so between 40 to 46, I was only on thyroxine. And I thought that's it, I don't have to take any more things. I didn't know along the way, but because it affected my pituitary gland, and because I had hypothyroidism, even with the thyroxine, it didn't really help me much. And all of a sudden, at the age 46, I was diagnosed of having high cholesterol. So doctor told me I have to take statin. So, I'm a person who's very, I do not like to take medication, to be honest. I do not like to take any drugs. And especially when my health was really compromised, the more I'm more careful with what I'm taking. So I went ahead and read on Google to find out more what will be the side effect of this statin. Then I realized that potentially it can damage my liver. So therefore, I told the doctor, no, can I stop? And I do not want to take statin. I will do whatever I can to bring down my high cholesterol. Maybe what he could suggest. So he only suggested exercise. I tried initially, but I did not have the discipline to do it because I really do not have time because of my work. Okay, so however, at the age of 47, okay, my cholesterol actually went up. Sorry, I should go back first. It went up quite high. So the doctor actually wanted me to take statin. I didn't want to take, but at one point I had no choice. I think it's here below. Okay, I have to take statin at a later stage, I think 48 or whatever. So at the age of 47, my husband happened to come across someone recommended a stem cell supplement from another brand and make me consume. Okay, so I took that. After checking, it was it's actually animal stem cells, and then with other plant-based supplement in it. So I took that. So it actually kind of helped me to lower my improve my hypothyroidism condition. So the doctor actually reduced my dosage from 100 mcg to 50, eventually to 25, but it stayed at that level. It didn't go any further. In fact, my condition couldn't get better. Then eventually, at the age 48, my cholesterol was still high. So doctor told me, either you want to risk your life getting stroke, or you take this statin. Guai take statin. So, and also my weight actually shot up. That was very alarming. From 55 to 63 kg, that's a lot. And it's beyond my BMI. So I was so worried. So I started taking statin. After taking statin, true enough, it affected my liver. That's where I had mild fatty liver. So I didn't know what to do. And the stem cell oral supplement didn't help me either. So I thought, okay, never mind. So and the doctor constantly consult me, say that never mind, it's just mild fatty liver. It's not going to be bad. It'll just stay as it is, that kind of thing. So I have no other alternative. I have no choice. So I went on like this way. I continue to take my statin, continue to take my low dosage of thyroxine. Okay. Until age 49 to 51, between this period, my condition didn't go better, neither did it get worse. So, but my weight was the only one that was really, shot up from 63 to 68. So doctor told me I really have to do something about my weight, because if I don't, it may affect my cholesterol, affect a lot of things. So I seriously didn't know what to do. I tried, but even when I tried to do brisk walking, I do, with my husband, I couldn't get down my weight. I couldn't reduce my weight. I did not know what happened, just couldn't go. And at the age of late 51, because of my work is a desk bound work, and I have to work like 8 to 10 hours in my office, looking after my call center. So because of desk bound, I developed this frozen shoulder. And because of frozen shoulder, I was so handicapped by it. I couldn't do a lot of things. It was my left hand. Luckily, it wasn't my right hand. And I couldn't dress myself. I couldn't do a lot of things. It was so painful. I went for TCM, thinking that TCM could help. I went for 8 weeks of treatment, okay, carving, acupuncture, and all that. When I went for the acupuncture and carving, on that day itself, it kind of relieved a bit. But 2-3 days later, it came back. It was so bad that I had to get my son to help dress me up, or even Nelson, my husband, to help me whenever he's around. So it was so bad. So eventually, I had no choice but to seek treatment from the medical doctor. And when I went to the medical doctor, the doctor told me, oh, frozen shoulder, there is no cure. You basically have to do some exercises to stretch and go through the physiotherapy to improve the condition. It usually takes like 2 years. I was like, oh no, how I'm going to work and how I'm going to go to work. I feel so handicapped. I need people to help me put on my clothing, and all that is so inconvenient. So then I was having trouble during a period. I was very, very down, very, very sad, and very emotionally affected, so bad. So until sometime later, Akiko happened to be my husband's classmate from Polytechnic. She was the one who introduced him to LifeWave patches. So Nelson said, hey, why not let's go and see what we can do. So Akiko brought us to the BOP at Lavender office, the very first Jinlong office in Singapore. Okay, and James was the one who did the demo on me using Aeon and IceWave. And surprisingly, it was like, the first time when James patched the Aeon on me, I could lift up my hand, my left arm, slightly. I was like, wow, not even TCM could do that. So it was amazing. I was like, was there something in the patch? And because of me wasn't able to lift up higher, James actually added on the IceWave. And I took another bottle of water, the mineral water, within like 30 seconds. He actually asked me to count to 10. Within about 30 seconds, I could literally lift up my left arms. I was like, oh no, okay, what happened? Is this magic? In my mind, I was like, it's just a simple patch. Why is so amazing? And not even the doctor can do something, not even a TCM doctor can do something, and just one patch, 3 patches to work miracle. And my husband from far, he was looking at me, he was like, are you sure? He was like in disbelief. I was also in disbelief, In fact, honestly, I did not tell anyone except for Akiko and my husband. When James asked me, okay, do you still feel the pain from 1 to 10? How do you feel? Actually, it was 0, It was 0 pain, but I wasn't certain. And I just couldn't believe. I told James, no, it wasn't 0. It was like maybe 2, 3, the kind of thing. Honestly, it was 0 pain. Okay, so I was amazed, truly amazed. And Akiko was kind enough. She actually gave me approximately about 5 patches. Okay, so yeah, she gave me about 5 Aeon patches to continue using it. because I wasn't convinced to buy immediately. So was Nelson. So she gave me 5 and told me to try within the next 5 days. And within the next 5 days, I realized I had tremendous improvement. I could really dress myself. I could lift up my arm, although it was a bit sore, still sore. It wasn't 100% recovered or better, but I could dress myself at least. So it was like, wow, and I told Nelson was asking me, so what do you think of the patch? I said, yeah, can try, we really can try. So that's why we arranged for appointment with Akiko. We met up, and during the meetup, right, happened that Akiko was trying to recommend us, introduce us X39, but at that moment Nelson was having some bad cough and he was having this mild asthma. Say he was a bit breathless, couldn't really talk. So Akiko immediately offered him X39 to try, and he got himself a glass of warm water. Within like less than 10 minutes or even like 10 minutes, he was back to his normal self. That's where Nelson felt it too. And both of us were so convinced. That's where on that day itself, we signed up. Okay. And that was really the moment, the turning point for both of us. And when we signed up, right, in fact, in my mind, it did come to my mind that, this could change my life. And also basically using that was just wanting to improve our life better and also help me with my frozen shoulder. Okay. So next. Akiko taught me, in fact, James also taught me to patch X39 at my GB14 in the day and Aeon in the night. Okay, so I did, daily, since we bought the package, right? We just do it. And guess what? Within 2 weeks, my frozen shoulder was gone. Okay. And I thought, okay, maybe temporarily. No, it was really gone. And I was so happy. I tell you, during that period of time when I had frozen shoulder, I was so depressed, very, very depressed, to the extent like, why I feel so handicapped? I need someone to dress me up. And then I couldn't do anything. I want to cook, I couldn't cook. I want to do a lot of things I couldn't do. So it was very, very, very depressing. But, with this patch, I was so happy, really, my frozen shoulder was gone. Okay. And next, we continued to do the patching for me. Okay, I continued. And then about 4 months later, in sometime in December, because I do have a yearly checkup at the hospital because of my medical condition. Any cancer patient, you will have to go back yearly to do blood tests. Okay, to test your hormone level, to test everything, to make sure that everything, to do even the tumor marker and everything. So I went back to the hospital to do my blood test, the regular blood test yearly. And thereafter, 1 week later, I went to see my endocrine doctor because he manages all my hormone stuff. So he asked me this, what did I do? I was like, what do you mean, what did I do? He said, oh, this pre-thyroxine, FT4, and TSH seem to have fallen to normal range. All this while I've been taking the thyroxine and all that, it didn't seem to really come to that normal range. It's just borderline high. It's still borderline high, but it wasn't within the normal range. And even my cholesterol level did, okay, but it wasn't still, cholesterol wasn't in the normal range yet, but it did. So he asked me, do you exercise? Do you take any supplement? I said, no, I didn't do anything. I didn't have time for exercise. So what did I do? I said I didn't do anything. Okay, but then he said, okay, I told him, since everything went back to normal, can I stop all my medication? Because I really do not like to take any medication. He said, no. He told me straight off. He said, no. He said, this is still too early to tell. So I want to see you 3 months later. And 3 months later, he wanted me to do another round of blood tests to make sure that I'm okay. Okay, so I had to continue the medication, no choice. So I went back 3 months later to do another blood test and seen the same doctor because he's my main doctor. True enough, my condition improved further. Okay. And this time, I told him I never exercise also, no time, and but I did eat healthily. So I decided to show him my patch. He asked me what was that. Yeah, I said I don't know what patch is that. I just told him that this patch, I just patched this for about 4 months, and now you tell me it's better. So I told him that it's supposed to help me increase my stem cell. That's it. And that time, because I was still new, I couldn't explain what was in the patch. And all I knew was that patch can help, you know. So that was what I showed him. And I did tell him that what I was told, that this patch doesn't contain any drugs and nothing goes into my body. It just helped my body produce more stem cells for self-healing. So the doctor didn't stop me from using it, but he still didn't want me to stop the medication, and he told me, let's observe again. Okay, so he asked me to return in 6 months time. So I had to return 6 months time to do another blood test, the hormone blood test, just to prove to him that I'm okay. So I went back, and finally, after nearly a year of patching, the endocrine doctor declared I could stop using the medication. Okay, so I was very, very happy. In fact, I was so happy. I told Nelson, my husband, finally I'm drug free. You know, I don't have to take. I was so worried about my fatty liver. I'm so worried about other side effects. And I always tell my son, hey, I know I want to grow old to see my grandson or grandchildren, I would say. So, you know, I'm very concerned. I never like to take medication. So at the age 52, I was finally declared drug-free. I don't have to take any more medication. The only supplements I have to take is calciferol. That is the vitamin D the doctor asked me to take. I think probably because when I took thyroxine, I wasn't able to take calcium. So the doctor wanted me to take this for better calcium absorption. So he actually prescribed this to me. Okay. So now next, let's talk about my personal growth in LifeWave and how I give back to the society. Okay, this is so-called my side career path with LifeWave. Okay, on 21st August, I joined. Okay, on 21st August 2022, I was sponsored by Akiko. Then on 10th of October 2022, she asked me to become a manager. Okay, so fine, she helped me. So I became a manager on the 10th of October. Okay, I share with people. She also taught me how to share. I was still very new. And then on 2nd January 2023, I became a director. How I became director, despite I was so busy at work, I can tell you, whenever I look around me and I see anybody who is either limping or in pain, I will always be ready to give them Aeon. I always have Aeon with me. Okay, I'll just tell them, hey, come, patch this, go and drink water. So I will never sell them. I won't tell them, hey, come, if you're good, come and buy from me. I never say anything. I'll just give them a patch. And the only thing I wanted for them was for them to feel better. Okay, so true enough, my director came. All the people, all my contacts on my downline, majority come from my office. Okay, so even my cleaner auntie, same. I gave her patches. I saw my director also gave the patches. So they came to me and they asked me, "Hey, are you doing this?" I said, "Not exactly," because my main job is this, you know, in my office. But this was something it never come across on my mind that I will do LifeWave, to be honest. Okay, so this is how I moved up to director. Okay, it was also my sponsor that taught me how to move up to the director. She also helped to push me as well. So next, on November 11, 2024, I rang up twice, okay, on the very same day from senior director and also executive director. This is with the help and support of my fantastic team, okay, from my husband's side, from May, from Sharon, and then from my Akigo side as well. So, I became a senior director and executive director, and also some of my own downline. Okay, so the next one will be PD. PD, okay, presidential director. I became a PD on 31st March this year. This is how I move up. And to be honest with you, I'm not active. I'm not active like majority of the people where they go around sharing, attend events on that. For me, really, whenever there is opportunity, I will try to share. Okay. And I always use my story to share if they ask me. Sometimes I wear my patches, if that is visible, be on hand, be on my back. There was once I was in a meeting. My colleague asked me, "Hey, Sandra, what is behind your neck? Behind my neck. What is the round thing? What happened? What happened to your neck?" I said, "No, nothing. That is a patch to help me boost my stem cell." Then they started to ask a lot of questions. That's where I explained to them. I try to explain to them. I give them the link to go and observe, to go and view and all that. So eventually they sign up on their own. I need not push them. They go and find out and they sign up, on their own. Okay. So what I want to share is the story is share your story, okay, and patching experience whenever the opportunity arises. Okay. Because you see, the thing is, you never know. Even when I go for lunch, honestly, there was once I went for lunch with my colleague, my staff, and walked past a lady that I always visit because I always buy tissue paper from her, okay, for home use. And she was complaining that, "Oh, I have this pain in my ear." I said, "Oh, great, opportunity comes." I told her, "Next day I'll bring something for you. Okay, you try. And then you get better. Then if you want to know more, when I will always walk past, you ask me." So I gave her a yawn, same thing. I told her to patch on the side of the ear. So, and she told me she's seen so many doctors and also TCM, it didn't help, with the condition. She took a lot of medication, it just didn't help. And she constantly and feel the pain and the blocked ear. So I said, "Never mind, you just try this. This one, no drug and everything. You just try. If it doesn't work, then never mind, you can forget it. If it works, then if you are interested, you can stop me anytime if I have to walk past." And guess what? 1 week later, I gave her only 5 patches because I was thinking one will not will not work. So I did what Akiko did for me. I gave her 5. I told her to continuously use it for 5 days. And 1 week later, I walked past. She stopped me. She asked me, "What's this? My ear got better. I don't feel the pain anymore." I told her, "Okay, this is nothing inside. Basically, it uses our body light, okay, to reflect back to help with your self-healing, to help your ear, to ease the inflammation and all that." She was interested, so I gave her the link. But I honestly, I never follow up. Okay, that is something that I need to improve. I never follow up because I really don't have the time. I don't have the time to call people and say, "Oh, so how have you signed up?" That I didn't have the time. So when I see them for signing up, I'm very happy because I know they believe in it. Okay, so next, be observant. Okay, this is something that I learned because people around us could be our potential BP or user. Because you never know. Every one of us is just like sometimes you walk around, uh, you can see people, maybe they are in pain or they are unwell. You can share. This is what I feel. This is what you can do to contribute to society, right? By helping people. You don't have to expect them to okay. What I'm trying to say is that you help them because you want them to be better. And if you go with that thought, people will feel your sincerity and then they know and when you try it and they'll believe you even more. Okay. Next, share generously and sincerely. This is what I always believe. Because when you are genuine, okay, people can feel, okay, can feel that you're genuinely wanting to help rather than you're trying to sell or promote something to gain some benefits from them. So as long as you share generously and sincerely, people can feel it. And then go with the mindset that you want to help others and not just focus on sale. Of course, you see, when you help others, when they eventually buy it, you get the sales. So if you go on the angle that, with the mindset that you want to help others will feel your sincerity. You try, the moment they try it, it works. The patch will do the job. You don't even have to do anything. You don't have to do, Nelson and I always believe, let the patch do the talk, because we don't have to say anything. The patch will do the talk for you, and the people will come to you, right? And lastly, be a team player. I always believe to be a team player, your team need you. You have to be there for them. Believe in yourself and be passionate. Okay? So basically, this is what I have to share for today. Thank you very much.